Hey guys, this is Emmanuel. I am part of this amazing summer journey that we call Summer 66. Today we're getting into the book of Joshua. The theme we're working through this morning for our devotional is stepping into the promise. And I want to begin with a question. You ever face something bigger than you? Maybe it's a new territory or a new responsibility, or maybe you got a promotion and you feel overwhelmed. You don't know how to do the job, or maybe it's a little overwhelming to you, even though you're excited about it. New territories, new responsibilities. That's the threshold moment for the book of Joshua. The story is a story of stepping into what God has promised, not with fear, but with faith. So think about that. Stepping into what God has promised, not with fear, but with faith. All right. So Joshua means the Lord is salvation. And that is the message that is woven through every battle, through every boundary line, through every bold step. Joshua is less about conquest than it is about courage to step into the unknown. That kind of courage that is born out of trusting that you're not alone, that God is with you. God repeats again and again to Joshua this phrase: be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And I want to say that to you this morning. It doesn't matter where you are in life, doesn't matter what you're going through. I want to encourage you this morning to be strong, to be courageous, and know that the Lord God is with you. This isn't the courage of a perfect plan, it's the courage of a consistent presence. It doesn't have to be perfect, my friends. You just got to know that God is consistently with you. All right. The fall of Jericho isn't achieved by sword or by fighting, but by steps and by shouts. When was the last time you won a battle by doing nothing? It's sort of antithetical to our thinking, right? We got to fight. We got to fight. Joshua is about understanding that God fights the battles for us, right? Walls fall through worship. Battles are won not by might, but by trusting. And when the people drifted, they're called back not just to obedience, but to a place of remembrance. So to ancient Israel, Joshua was a fulfillment of God's promise to generations. God promised them land and identity and belonging. To us today, Joshua is where God is calling us to step out into the unknown, to trust that He's with us, that He's asking us to walk with Him in faith. God is saying to us, as He said to Joshua, step out in courage, step out in hope, know that I am with you. Couple of practical takeaways today, my friend. God's promises often requires our participation. God may promise it, but sometimes we got to participate. We got to cooperate with God, right? Take steps of faith. Two, success doesn't come from strategy alone, but it comes from surrendering to God, especially our hearts. Number three, remember what God has done, right? Mark your stones of faith like the Israelites marked their crossing across the Jordan River, right? Do you tell yourself stories of what God has done in your life? Right? Remember what God has done, because what God did for you yesterday can be motivation to know that God is going to be there for you today, right? Bold faith is not fearless, it's obedient in the face of fear. So the journey into God's promises begin with one courageous step. And I want you to know that as you take that step today, God is with you. No matter what you have to deal with, He's right there with you. This is Summer 66. I want you to remember that God's got you. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye bye.